songs. How like me, poets at an arcade, soaking moonlit falls on broken past that sit undated or that we call home. And it's night and I'm alone and I'm alive.
Good Tuesday morning. This is the Talkin VAWLS podcast. My name is the Indy Kid. I just want to bring you a video discussing Rick Barnes' contract extension that came out yesterday that is about to get signed. Some pretty interesting news right there is I don't know that that's really the contract extension people were expecting, but pretty interesting move on Tennessee's part and AD Danny White's part. But before I get into that, you guys know the drill. Make sure you hit like, make sure you hit subscribe, and you see it scrolling across the bottom here. Make sure you check out the Talkin VAWLS merchandise store. Got lots of new stuff. Talkin VAWLS baseball shirts. We've got the new logos coming at you as well. So lots of stuff right there. We'd appreciate anything you guys order from the store. Is there some really nice looking stuff in there right now. But reported by John Bryce yesterday, Rick Barnes will be getting, John Bryce reported this on the Tony Basilio show, that Rick Barnes is getting a contract extension that will put 5 years left on his contract. And Bryce says that Barnes will make just south of $6 million. So obviously it's going to put him $500,000, a little over $500,000 raise there, because currently Barnes has 3 years left on his contract. He just signed a new contract extension 2 years ago when there was the flirting with UCLA. And of course that got pretty serious. Contract extension was given then, which was a 5 years, said he'll make 4.7 for the 2019-2020 season. He made $4.95 million this year. He's scheduled to make 5.2 next season, 5.45 million in 2022-23, and 5.7 in 23-24. So I'm not sure how that affects the 2021 through 2024 years there. And of course, it hasn't been finalized yet either. Barnes' current contract is filled with all kinds of bonuses for winning the SEC regular season title, the SEC tournament, for going to the Elite Eight, for winning the national championship, the Sweet 16, for finishing ranked in the top 5, earning a bid to the NCAA tournament, making it to the second round of the tournament. He even has, Coach of the Year bonuses in here. He also has APR, which applies to the classroom for Tennessee. So if they score 980 or greater, he receives a $100,000 bonus for that, or a $50,000 bonus if their APR is in the 960 to 979 range. So, the potential for his deals, I'm curious to see where all the add-ons come in moving forward. But I was kind of surprised by the news. I'm not disappointed by it at all. You've got a guy who's recruiting at a high level right now, and I'm curious to see where some of these visits come this week, as they've had prospects again on campus this week. They had BJ Edwards on campus, and they had one more, Green, I think it was, out of Florida, and I'll have to check that. But what I've expressed and really what I've harped on with Rick Barnes was, yes, last season was not what we hoped. Last season was not what we expected. And, I said it. I was pretty strong and advocated that Rick Barnes, his future at Tennessee and the future of this program, Rick Barnes really needed to go look in the mirror and see which direction he wanted to go. Did he want to stay the course that he was on, or did he want to go out and make the improvements? And I think that was a resounding yes to he wanted to make improvements. massive roster turnover. Love what he's done with this roster coming into this upcoming season. I really feel that, yeah, they're going to be young in some positions, but in college basketball, you can get away with that a little more than you can with maybe football or baseball along those lines. College basketball is, built more. We've seen plenty of true freshmen come in and just be studs. And, they've got some guys coming in that really have a chance to fit that mold again. Plus, you got Justin Powell coming in as well. You got Fulkerson coming back. Hopefully his injury will be healed up in time then. But I think you're looking at Rick Barnes' contract was scheduled to take him until the age of 70. So if he coaches this out at 72, and one way to look at it, and I've seen different comments, and why do this? Well, you're not only setting this job up for success now, you're paying him. We could debate it. Does he deserve to be one of the highest paid coaches in the country or whatever? Rick Barnes is a Hall of Fame coach. There's no doubt about it. Yes, he's had that knack for not being able to win the big one, but his career is not over yet either. And we've seen numerous coaches who struggled to win the big one finally get it later on in their careers. And there's no reason Rick Barnes can either. And I'm excited with what this team's doing this year. I'm excited for what he's doing recruiting. They've had some very high-ranked targets coming in. And, last season was a letdown, but they went out and did something about it, and they're continuing to build on that now. So you're setting it up now. It's a 5-year extension, but you're also setting this job up. Let's say Rick Barnes retires in 5 years, if not earlier, and you're paying top money for a coach. And as long as he continues to do his job, getting his team to the tournament, yes, we want him to get further. We want Sweet 16, Elite 8, Final Four. But, before we go talking Final Fours, just remember Tennessee's never been to a Final Four, and they've been to one Elite 8. So it's not like that's something that's been common for Tennessee over its basketball history. Lots of good teams in Tennessee history, but they've only made it to that Elite 8 once. Hopefully Barnes will be the one that can break that. And but you're setting it up for future coaches as well. When Barnes decides it's time, you're setting that job up. It's a good paying job. The job is in high regard. It's not going to be like when he took it over from Donnie Tyndall right there. It's not going to be the way the football program is. And, another thing you can look at as well is Tennessee's gone the bargain route. How many times over the years? Conzo Martin, Donnie Tyndall, Derek Dooley, Butch Jones, Jeremy Pruitt. They've gone the bargain route numerous times on it. How has that worked out for them? And obviously we know it hasn't. You're paying a top-notch coach top-notch money the way he should be. And, I think it's pretty certain Rick Barnes is going to finish his career in Knoxville. And, let's hope he goes out on top at some point. But he's shown that he's a guy who is not afraid to evolve. I definitely don't think Rick Barnes is a guy who the game has passed him by. If the game had passed him by, he would have set on what he was doing this past off season. He wouldn't have made the improvements. You would have had, the guys added through recruiting and probably not much else. But he definitely shows me a guy that's still got some fire, who still wants to win. And, hats off to him. Hats off to Danny White for getting it done. And comment was made to Grant Ramey on 24/7. He said that Tennessee officials have confirmed John Bryce's report, adding that they are working on extensions for multiple coaches, including Barnes. You got to think that at least one of them includes Tony Vitello. Haven't heard any more information there. We'll keep you posted on that if so. And, they're not sure who else, but there's probably other coaches on campus as well. If any news on Vitello breaks, we'll come at you with that. Not sure when we may hear something there. If there's any more basketball news, I'll be at you with that as well. Boogie dropped a video yesterday on recruiting. the recruiting weekend, possible rumors regarding a transfer defensive back who once played at Alabama. So make sure you're checking it out. That's the perks of subscribing. You will get those alerts and those notices right there. But thank you guys for listening. Let's go wrap it up. My name is the Indy Kid. I'll see you guys when I see you. Have a good Tuesday. Take care.
The